Suzette Mcgoldrick. I'm at 16131 East 5th, and I'm on the corner of Fir and 5th. So this has a really huge impact on our place. I just bought a year ago, and but this is just shocking for me. I have a petition here that has been signed by 412 people from Bayview, and they are all wanting this to go away. They don't want it to happen. They realize the same things that I'll be talking about and what you just heard from a gentleman from Bayview. So at 5th Street, my street is about 14 foot 6 inches wide. And that's at Fir. That's on Fir. That is, my car is like 5'5". I mean, that's, okay, and I'm going to just get into this though. So according to Google, the typical residential street may be 24 to 28 feet. Well, it's 18 foot 6 inches in front of my house. And I'm talking about both sides of the house. Not one's on. And traffic will be heading in one direction. With all the vacation rental housing, extra cars with boats in tow, and a lot of campers, beachfront parking for our popular float house rentals, and owners with additional guests, the floating restaurant shares 5th Avenue with all the parking, which is very popular. We have a lot of trucks and trailers after they launch their boats. We host fishing derbies all season, spring, summer, and fall. Lots of participants, and they leave their trailers and trucks parked up and down 5th, all around, wherever they can put them. So we've got all these participants. We have about 40 official parking spots by the Navy base, which is also really close to 5th. And that's it. The rest is street parking. We have 2 more commercial businesses that are for rent on 5th Street as well, across the street from one another. We have 1 door from the boat launch, of course, is that Navy base. At the stop sign on 5th and Highway 54, this is where all the activity happens, which wraps around and becomes Perimeter Road. Well, these businesses draw more customers, and they'll park on Highway 54 and 5th Street, up and down 5th. At 5th Street, the stop sign on Highway 54 is about 150 feet to the boat launch. We've got people bringing boats in, leaving. It's now a one-way street. There's just so much traffic, which is terrific. It's a recreation area. So we've got all these cars and trucks lining up both sides of the street, 18 foot, and you're talking a car or a truck, usually, hauling a boat. And you've got, in addition to these activities, you've got Bayview Days, you've got festivals, 4th of July, enormous crowds, parades, Christmas tree lighting ceremonies. We have a stream that runs down the north side of 5th Street, running above ground for many blocks, and then underground to our beautiful Lake Ponderay. With these trucks, boats, kayaks, floating toys, golf carts, ATVs, we also have at least 2 adults per vehicle, groups of children, pedestrians, dogs, deer, turkeys, people visiting, vacationing, pumping up their flotation devices, running around with picnic baskets, coolers. A lot of activity on our waterfront, which is 5th Street and Highway 54. That's our waterfront. So, and also we have, besides that, we have, of course, the picnic baskets, coolers, and I already said that. So they run right there towards the lake on 5th. We have a lot of foot traffic, golf carts loaded down with supplies and vacationers. And to make things busier, we have boats exiting the lake at that launch and boats backing in on 5th all day long. Entering, exiting. We have public swimming right there as well on 5th, right there, 150 feet from that. There's 2 stop signs. One goes to the boat launch, and the other one comes down 5th from Fir. And that's the big, huge problem here tonight. So with my little car, 5 foot 5 inches wide, it's a Ford SUV, I'm in my lane, that leaves about 9 feet if I'm on the side of the road. I mean, and they've got a car parked there or a boat with a trailer, which is really very common. But people get kind of mad about it when they try to get into their properties, and there's people parked all around, but we're used to it. So summer months. Summary. I'm a real estate agent, by the way, in Spokane, and I have a vacation home and a home. I live in Bayview. We're remodeling, so I'm a resident. And the property value will be greatly diminished. On a Friday night, right now I have cameras all over my house, and I can see my phone makes a little noise whenever there's a car that goes by. On a Friday night, it'll jingle maybe twice. 2 cars will go by from 4 o'clock until midnight. 2. I mean, that's what kind of town we have right now. So we're talking about neighborhood disruptions. It'll disrupt our sense of community. A lot of noise and pollution. And where has our voice been in this process? We shouldn't even be here tonight. Our streets are extremely narrow, no sidewalks. The Bayview Creek is on one side of that road. Our arterials should serve, keeping traffic out of our neighborhoods. That's what they're for. That's what perimeter is for, and that's what 54th is for, or Highway 54. Safety, it's our top priority. It always has been. Nobody wants this stuff to happen in their neighborhood. Local streets are designed for low traffic volume. They're low traffic. 2 cars can barely pass one another in the summer. There's just too many parked trailers and trucks around. We don't need upgrading. We need this stopped. Are we loud enough? I mean, we are. There's over 400 people that have signed our petition, and those are just the ones that happen to be online and paying attention. It's a lot of people out of town. A lot of people go somewhere warm for the winter. Well, anyway, so our neighborhood streets, we want to discourage excessive speed, and this would just really decrease our enjoyment. Here's my thought on this. I would love this stopped at this level. How about a narrow entrance exit into our neighborhood from Lakestone development? No cars allowed. We want to welcome these people, but not their cars and their trucks. We don't want them. How about a restrictive people path, like a multi-model path, MODAL, model path. A multi-model or shared use paths or paved travelways are designed to serve non-motorized travelers. Golf carts, bicycles typically are the most common users of this shared use path. However, shared use paths are frequently used by pedestrians, roller skates, skateboards, wheelchairs, golf carts, everything except automobiles. Diamonds painted on the road there indicate a restricted lane. You could have some of those poles. There's the poles there that they're about 5 feet tall and they're round, and traffic can't go through them. It's just an exit for people. But we want these people. We like these people. They're so friendly. But we don't want their cars. We don't want their trucks. We want to be able to do what we usually do, and that is, visit. When people are walking along, they visit. Someone has a campfire, and gosh, it's just such a friendly place. I just couldn't resist it. And being an agent, I could live anywhere I wanted in the whole world, really. And I picked Bayview because, gosh, these people are just something. Look at them all. These are just a small group here wearing red. They wanted to have an impact. We really want you to hear us, and I'm going to give you this petition. I really hope that you take heart what we're saying here. We are really loud. We want you to hear us. We need that traffic study. We need to stop. It shouldn't have gotten this far.
Register record as B1003.
B1003. Okay. Anyway, I have 5 minutes left, and I want to say something for people that can't talk or sign petitions. And that's all of our wildlife. We got a lot of deer in our neighborhood. We've got wild turkeys. Sometimes they're up in trees, if you can believe it. I mean, it's just a tremendous area to live in. These cars and trucks are just not welcome. The people, all day long, bring them in. But let's leave their cars and trucks. Let's have them go out on perimeter. Have them enter and exit on perimeter. That makes the most sense. And they can still come through with their baby strollers and their dogs and their families and visit with us, and we can visit with them. We want them, but we really don't want their cars and trucks. So you can see where our streets are just so narrow, and it would disrupt our whole town. 25 or 24 homes. I mean, we've only got 100 homes out there. To put something like that through our town is like, it just doesn't make any sense. We've already have a highway and then perimeter. Why would we do something to disrupt a small group of people, 100 of us or more? And then, of course, a lot more people on in the summertime. I've been told there's as many as 25,000 people that come to Bayview because it's so wonderful. We got sailboat races that go on twice a week and all those cars. And you just can't imagine the amount of traffic we get. And we're not complaining, but we really don't want them coming through our town. They can stay on the busier areas, and that's what they generally do. So I hope that's enough I've said. Anyway, thank you very much. Please take to heart our
questions.
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
How many cars and trucks do you have in Bayview?
I have 2 cars, and there's just one of me. I have 2 cars, and I have 2 scooters, and I have 2 boards that I float on, and a jet ski. And I'm collecting more if anyone has any boats for sale. But I really, it's a recreation place. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No questions.
I have one question. What is the wintertime population in Bayview?
Not many. I don't know. I've never counted them all.
Okay.
What?
You need to come back to the microphone.
Can I have someone shout out a number? Less than 200? But in the summer, it's 25,000. This is the wrong time of year.
Okay, folks, just stop. Please.
This is the wrong time of year to examine Bayview. You have to come to Bayview in June or July or August.
I've been there many times in those months.
Where do you park, may I ask?
I ride a motorcycle.
Oh, see, we've got you guys too. So please don't let them mess up our town, right?
Thank you.
Agree? Raise your hands.
Thank you.
That's what we're supposed to do. Raise them up.
All right. Are you good? You want to take a break yet? You want to take a